Oh, you didn't hear the whole thing?
No, it was kind of cutting. Every time you guys used the your moist VODs, moist VODs,
Moist VODs.
your voice mod,
Please not on the
your voice
podcast.
mod. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on,
You
everybody?
stupid.
You stupid.
For all you that missed it, Yadi thought that he should just start right before.
This
On
guy
purpose.
jumped the gun, man. What the hell?
Gotta love it.
Yes.
You gotta love it.
Oh man.
Get
No,
you off
seriously,
guard.
that's a good way to that's a good way to break the ice right there, man. Honestly, I think we should just start on that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Fucking hell.
The episode just started.
Oh yeah, no. We're off
All
the
right,
rails already. Fuck
we're
the
going.
intro.
Yes, fuck the intro. No, but with that being said, today is going to be a little bit different. We're going to do this. This little format is going to be a little off the rails. So let's get down to it.
More of a casual conversation instead of the whole interview style that you might have gotten used to seeing. We're not going to be doing that this time. So,
And if you like this style that we're going to be doing today, let us know on Discord. And if you don't like it, too bad. We're going to keep doing it.
we take inspiration from other groups that we watch and enjoy, namely the amazing people over at the No New Friends podcast, and then of course I don't know if you guys have seen these guys, the from Achievement Hunter, the off-topic podcast where they just talk about anything and everything, and they basically do it in the two groups do it in the same style pretty much. So
Right. And I find that very entertaining. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today.
hell yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
and we're gonna try to stay off Star Wars. We out of 3 episodes, 2 has been Star Wars. So let's go with we're gonna talk about Marvel today. Why not?
Yes.
All right. Started in 2008 with what you call it, with Iron Man, and then that's it. And then it went for a bunch of years. And thank you for tuning in. We're done for today. You guys are amazing.
I have a question about this whole Iron Man situation, if you will.
Okay.
You said conversation. Let's
Go
have
for
a
it.
conversation.
Yes.
Do it.
Let's have it. The Iron Man situation.
I meant the other two.
Here's the thing: is Iron Man in the Hulk movie canon? No, crickets. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
that after credit scene.
That after credits scene, yeah, is that canon?
Well, I don't think so. I think it was more of a teaser. Hey, we're gonna be doing this, and you're gonna like it.
I think that I would gather that myself.
Okay.
Or let me phrase that different. I pretty much agree with Lewis. She was wondering if the after credit scene, after the Incredible Hulk could be considered canon, and Lewis, I think you said no, but it was more of a teaser of things to come.
Right.
Like this is what we're building, this is what we're working towards, and then from there it just went on to building this overarching story in the same manner. Actually,
it was just to plant a seed.
Just to plant a seed. That makes sense. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you have him going in talking to the general, and then you have Hulk in the Avengers movies. So I thought it was canon, but I guess not.
I don't think it was canon because it wasn't pretty much the MCU per se that did
Oh, that's true.
Incredible Hulk, because that would have been considered the first movie, but everyone, even the producers, they consider Iron Man the first one.
First one, okay.
I'm trying to think.
But did Iron Man come out before or after Incredible Hulk?
What?
The first Iron Man?
After.
Yeah.
No, the first Iron Man was before Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it had to be because we wouldn't put it together if who Robert Downey Jr. was.
Right. No, yeah, no, that was before Iron Man came out first. Then it was Incredible Hulk.
I don't think anybody wants to think that Incredible Hulk is canon because of the actor that played him. I think Mark Ruffalo embodies Bruce Banner.
Well, Ruffalo's been at it as Bruce Banner for so long that it's pretty much a given that he is Bruce Banner at this point. If I
Right.
think if what the fuck is his name? I had
Edward
it and then I'm
Norton?
drawing it.
That
Huh?
guy. Yeah, that
Edward
Edward
guy.
Norton.
Norton.
Yes. If he wasn't the kind of person
That
that
bitch
he
ass.
was, because he's the kind of guy that a lot of people say that is really difficult to work with because he's the
Really?
type of person that likes to change like he wants things his way, likes to change things. Oh, I don't like this, so let's do it this way. And so there are a fair number of people that don't like working with him.
Right.
And that was the case with uh Incredible Hulk as well. And I'm honestly kind of glad that they replaced him. But if
Yeah.
he wasn't the
Me
way he
too.
was, then maybe, he'd still be doing it.
Gotcha.
And then I
What's the
think
name of the first Hulk? David Banner? Is
Yeah.
it David Banner?
No, Eric Bana.
Eric Banner.
Eric
I'm so
Bana.
bad with names. I don't remember.
Oh,
So
I know
at
most
that
of the
time, I didn't
names.
follow them.
It was the to me it was the first. Well, yes, it was the first Hulk movie that we saw, but at the same time, it was awesome because of that. It was the first Hulk movie, but I think what fell short because the movie was 2.5 hours long, and it took an hour and a half to introduce the Hulk.
Yeah.
There was way too much story to show us who the Hulk was. I think that maybe they should have showed his issues and everything that he was going through already, maybe after he had turned, and now he's not only battling his inside, which is the Hulk, but he's battling his inner demons. Jesus, English.
Inner demons.
Inner demons.
Eener
So
Demons.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I want that on a
But
shirt.
inner demons.
Inner demons.
Well, that's gonna be one of our shirts that we're gonna
Yeah, let's
create.
get our merch guys
And
on
you're gonna
that.
be able to get it.
You're welcome.
And then put my name underneath like a quotation. No, but an hour and a half just to introduce the Hulk, which we know how it turns out.
Pretty much.
So I think that's
A
go
lot of
for it.
the older movies, that's what they did. They took forever to introduce
Mhm.
the actual hero or whatever.
They
Right.
safe to say they
took
could have
forever.
done a better job on an origin story for the Hulk. Like that movie was entirely forgettable. And then the Incredible Hulk, while a massive step up from that first one, in my opinion, was still largely disappointing in the grand scheme of things and fairly forgettable in terms of like the larger MCU as it stands.
Yeah.
So and that's why a lot of people will say that yeah, you can skip Incredible Hulk entirely and you're not going to miss anything. You're not going to fall behind. You're not going to have any questions is like, "Oh, where is this reference coming from?" because there really isn't much tying back to that movie.
Right.
Yeah. Just that one
Right.
scene.
It's not like it's not like every other Batman movie that they have to give us the exact same backstory we've ever seen since the beginning of Batman time, and it's just we understand his parents died. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We don't need to relive. There goes as far as putting the whole backstory on the Joker movie. Like
Really?
why wouldn't you? Yeah, in the movie Joker with
Joaquin
what's his
Phoenix?
face?
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, there's a towards the end of the movie, there's a whole scene of the backstory of Batman,
Hmm. Haven't seen it yet.
of
Shockingly enough, I
the
haven't
other
either.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a giveaway. It's just putting it. They just put it there just because Batman fans.
Yeah, but it
Well,
makes
this
you
will
wonder
be
what was the point then.
Marvel slash DC.
That works.
No, that was it. That was it for DC.
Oh yeah, no, just a slight reference to another franchise that
Right.
can't make live action movies to save their lives, except when somebody that actually knows what the hell they're doing does it.
Did you
Like
see the
say
Too
the
trailer
bad they
for
haven't
Black
found that
Adam 2?
person yet.
I mean, Black Adam, not
Not
Black
yet.
Adam 2.
No, I haven't.
I
Okay,
haven't
yeah.
either. I need to.
Yes. All right. Then you change your mind there because I don't like any of the DC movies except this one, the last Batman that came out, and this Black Adam. Uh, it looks pretty cool.
I think anywhere you put Dwayne Johnson is. I feel like when you bring Dwayne Johnson into a movie, is to revive or make better the franchise, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, but like the
Because
people that you see in that trailer, not the
right.
actors, but the characters that they put in, you'd be like, I didn't know these people were gonna come in. Like it's a lot of new, not new, but
Oh,
of the other
Interesting.
people.
That came
Yeah.
up on my recommended
that
on
we're gonna watch it.
YouTube, so you definitely got me curious. I think I'm definitely gonna watch it after this.
Jumping back to
Listen.
Marvel.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah,
Back to no,
Yeah.
back to Marvel.
yes.
Listen, I
Enough
just
with that
want to.
DC crap.
Yeah, garbage out the door. Listen, I think that the Avengers, as we know it, it's done. But I am so excited for what is to come, because every little thing that we've seen in the Disney Plus series is leading up to something bigger. And this leads back to a conversation that I heard in the No New Friends podcast that um, they were talking about, and I quote Joe from the Diz His podcast, the Avengers are dead, and everything that we're going to see from from the MCU moving on is going to be Disney Plus. Sorry, Joe, I'm going to put you on blast. It is not. It is not dead. We, I think that what we're seeing here is about to get a lot better, and Marvel is about to capitalize on all this.
Oh no, to be honest, I agree with you on that. I think they're building to something incredibly big, exactly like they did with the Infinity Saga. They have it all mapped out. They
Right.
know exactly what they want to do for this next for this next phase 4, phase 5. They know what they're going to do for the next 10 years pretty much.
Oh,
And
definitely.
so, we're just going to have to wait and see how all this unfolds.
Yeah,
And
like
I'm
some
actually
of
kind of excited.
the individual superhero movies which still bring up other superheroes
Yeah.
like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Thor movie and all that stuff. So they're gonna mix things here and there until they make it big because it's a
Yeah.
secret.
I have a question as well regarding I think it's the second Spider-Man. I can't recall the title of it yet. But we saw Nick Fury still alive and on a spaceship going somewhere. Are they going to bring that back? What's the plan there?
Oh, Homecomings, they're bringing the scrolls, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole scrolls situation is that they are leading up to the movie or the saga of Secret Wars or Secret Invasion.
Okay.
The Secret Invasion and Secret Wars are two different things. Secret Invasion, you have it's centered around the scrolls, and the scrolls in the comic books they're villains, so they're playing us right now. They're making us feel like they're our friends, but which the title calls Secret Invasion. They are secretly wanting to invade us, and I think that in the Secret Invasion movie, we're gonna see a lot of these heroes that we're seeing now develop. they're going to be in that movie. One thing that I want to point out too is the MCU, the Phase 1, 2, and 3. There was no Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So if they would have had Disney Plus, a lot of these movies, and maybe not exist, but either we would have had extensions of them,
Mm-hmm.
or they would have been shows instead of movies.
That's
So
definitely
I think that
possible, I think.
right. So the fact that we have Disney Plus now, they don't have to go all out in movies with backstories. They can give us straight movies of this is what's happening now because we already got the backstory.
Yeah, they can also extend the storyline because you have 45-minute episodes and it's 6 episodes.
True, but
Right? There's
even
a lot of things that right.
then, I don't necessarily think that you would need to do a backstory on every single character because most of the people that are watching these movies or watching these shows
Mm-hmm.
are like longtime fans of the comic book characters, and they pretty much know, the backstories and everything that you know leading up to how they got where they are, and so they wouldn't necessarily want to see it unless I would say if it's a character that we've already seen on screen, like honestly, take Spider-Man for instance. How many times do you need to see Spider-Man's origin? We saw it with the Sam Raimi trilogy. We saw it with the Amazing Spider-Man. I'm so glad that they did not do this in the MCU because there was no point.
Right.
You know, when they do X-Men, when they do Fantastic Four, do they really need to do an origin story? No, because
Yeah.
we've seen that. Um, Granted, the movies weren't all that good. Can't really say that about some of the X-Men movies. Most of them were really good. A few of them were actually quite terrible, but it is what it
Yeah.
is.
But they were part of the story, so we saw it
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
we enjoyed it. Um, but at the same time, I'm with you. I don't think that we need a backstory. I have a theory that they should do to skip all these backstories. They should have a after credit scene in one of these movies that's coming out with Deadpool. I think you told me. Oh no, I think I saw it um, on a video on TikTok. Um, show a after credit scene with Deadpool at a computer and dragging a file that says 20th Century Fox with X Men. Drag it to the MCU file, drop it, done. That's why they're here.
Yeah. That'd
that'd
be pretty cool.
be fucking hilarious.
They don't have to explain anything. We have the backstories, and they can just start from there. Let's go.
Deadpool
Yeah, I
did
think
it.
they might be smart and not do that because they can actually do not backstories, but they can do individual stories of certain main X Men ones that might just make it more interesting if they go
Yeah.
solo like Logan did.
I think that if they were to do a backstory, they can put multiple backstories in one and just have one movie and explain four characters, and then have another movie and explain four more.
Some of their
Now we have
comics
the
are
X
like
Men,
that.
right?
Yeah.
So I think that, and then interlock their stories and how they became or how they came together. Come together
Ha.
right
It's like
now.
there's like that last
Come to me.
the New Mutants. Was that the movie? What was the name of the movie? The latest mutants movie that
I
were
believe
like in
this was
a
the New Mutants, yeah. In a
right.
psych ward.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yep.
like
Mm.
they kind of show something like that there, how those
Mm-hmm.
kind of came together
Right.
and did their thing. That movie was kind of weird, but it wasn't
It
bad.
was
I'm
definitely
going to say
different.
that it's never seen it.
Oh, New Mutants.
I think is it's all right. I mean, I wanted to see more, obviously more action, but they went a little bit
Right.
into the darker side and exploring, just talking more, which I don't care for.
Yeah. And I believe one of the nurses or doctors from the Logan movie is in it as well. I think she's the main caretaker of the kids,
Ah,
The Hispanic.
the Hispanic girl.
Yes. And it does it take place in that psych ward that
Mm-mm.
in Mexico?
No, it's that was more so of a hospital or a research lab. But this one's like a full psych ward. Like they have 5 or 6 kids that they're all dealing with their powers and coming into them, and they don't know how to
it's like
control
a
their. Yeah,
yeah.
but I think they don't have parents either. So I think it's she's doing similar work as to what she's doing on the Logan movie on the research facility. In this facility, they just don't know that.
Gotcha. So do they? I and I don't care if you spoil it. Does she die in this movie?
I don't recall her dying, but she might have. I know her
Yeah, I
whole
think that
spiel. Yeah,
they got it good. I think that they actually did ended up killing.
killing her off.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't remember, but they did hurt her like hard. So
Mm-hmm.
I just don't remember
Yeah, you have
well
five
because it
The
was
only
like
reason I
teenagers.
asked, right?
Yeah.
The only reason I asked is because maybe it was like she started there, and because she was the lead and the lead caretaker in that hospital or psych ward, they had her move to more like that hospital to make sure that these kids didn't get out of hand or something like that. Because she had the experience, but if she died, it's a completely different story. So
Yeah, it's not the same. I don't know what her name is in real life, but it's not the same lady that we're seeing in Logan that's taking care of Laura. It's a different lady. Also Hispanic, but I'm pretty sure she's
so
in
it's the
there.
same character, not the same actress.
No, it's not the same
I don't
character
think it's the
either.
same character.
It's
Yeah,
a it's a no, it's
Oh, okay.
another character altogether.
it's for like the
Oh, gotcha,
same
gotcha, gotcha.
global
That makes sense.
company, the same
Yeah.
global
Oh,
come with the same goals and whatnot to
Yeah.
study in this kids and
okay.
Gotcha.
I was
Well,
thinking maybe it was the same character.
No. You're not missing
No,
much,
no, I have not.
to be completely
no.
honest. Just a little tidbits here and there of like the global company that's now, I guess taking control of all the mutant children. Because these are children that weren't made, these are children that were born. Not like,
Gotcha.
yeah, the other research facility where they were, experimenting on them. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
This
You
is
also get to see
another
new
forgettable
powers.
movie.
Yeah.
True, true. You get to see new things, but it's
Yeah.
like Dark Phoenix. It's forgettable. I
Yeah.
watched it twice because I did not remember I watched it. Just a couple of months apart, I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen this movie," so I watched it again. I was like, "Oh, this looks familiar." And yeah, I watched it twice. I
yeah.
still don't remember
I'm
much of the
probably the only
movie.
one here that hasn't seen Dark Phoenix yet. I'm gonna correct that at some point, but yeah, I mean, I
Not
guess like you were
missing
saying,
much.
it's largely
Yeah.
forgettable.
Yeah.
So, to me, I feel like Dark Phoenix movie has something because in what is it, X-Men Last Stand? It's when we actually see or the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Um, obviously the story is different.
Mm-hmm.
We do see a like a teaser of the Dark Phoenix in Apocalypse,
Mm-hmm.
and that was more true to what, or not true to it, but more comparable to what the story they gave her in X-Men Last Stand, which she dies, but it's because she doesn't really die. She just um she used so much power that it unlocked or untapped the Phoenix power, um, which is pretty much what happened in Apocalypse. She tapped into her power so much that it broke the seal. It wasn't something that was created, and I feel like Dark Phoenix. It was something that was.
Well,
It's, I don't. I just also don't remember too much of Dark Phoenix,
they
the
do
movie.
they do show her, the whole comic book story that they go out to outer space and she bonds with it and all that stuff. They do show that. So they showed in Apocalypse the Dark Phoenix Force, but at the same time then they show her merging with it. So now I got questions.
We all have questions. We
Yeah.
all have questions, but but my point to that when I bring that up is we lost my point.
Sorry.
It happens. It happens. No, it happens. Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. It's fine. It is fine.
Phoenix
No, it's not.
Force,
I'm pissed.
Apocalypse, Untapped, So Much Power. Any
Beer.
of this?
Beer. Oh, I remember.
That did it.
I tapped into my Phoenix.
Kind of gross, but okay.
Okay, yes, that's gross. But whatever. Oh, yes, here it is. Here it is.
Beer, I told you.
So when the beer force, when they mess with time in the beginning, or in what's it called, X-Men
Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past. She was a lot older when the original Dark Phoenix came out.
Yeah.
So this one, she was late teen or
She's
early
16 or
20s.
17, something like that. They were teenagers.
Right. So it seems like maybe the only way to explain why the age difference would be that they messed with the timeline
Yeah.
and it happened before. But I feel like that's the only explanation to it. It's just the only weird thing about that I saw in that movie is the age gap.
Yeah. She's
On
also still
which
alive.
right. So that was the only thing that I thought that it was weird. That, oh well, she was almost 30 the first time it happened, or that we saw it, and she's a teenager this time. And they can't go back and say, well, it did happen before. That's why it came out when she died, because no one knew what was going on. And when they showed her when she was older,
Well, that movie when they go
Professor
into the
X
past,
did, but
Thank you.
when they go to the
it's different.
past, they basically change everything.
But also they go into the past, and then Logan comes back to his original timeline,
Mm-hmm.
and they're older, and she's alive,
Mm-hmm.
and she's there, not just alive, but she's there. And in Dark Phoenix, she leaves because she doesn't come back after she unites with it or fuses with it.
What do you mean, come back?
When at the end of the movie, when she goes out into space and she fuses with the Dark Phoenix Force, she doesn't. She it's completely gone. Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. I thought you were talking about in the beginning of the movie, but yeah, I thought she died though. I
Listen,
thought that was
they
like just
messed up with those movies. They just messed
they
up.
did.
They
It
were
was
doing
Fox
good
fault.
with the whole Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
I thought that the whole him going in the past in his mind was a little weird. Not going to lie, but at the same time, it was a different way of time traveling.
Yeah.
I don't think we had seen it yet.
Yeah.
Well, he
So
goes into the past in the conscience of the body of the self at that.
Safe to say it's a bit wonky.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right, but the movie itself was good. I thought it was good.
Oh
I
yeah.
I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
that
I
one
agree.
was good. The Dark Phoenix
But I think
was
it's
not.
because no, not at all. But I think Days of Future Past was most. I think out of the new ones was my favorite one because it's very Wolverine
Mm-hmm.
oriented,
Yeah.
and out of Marvel, he's my favorite character other than Deadpool. So I'm like, yes, we
Yeah.
got Wolverine.
Those are my favorite
Others.
powers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many,
Yeah.
and there's so many possibilities that they can do now that they have access to all these characters. You know, basically owning X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool, and being able to use Spider-Man, even though it's still owned by Sony. Yeah. Um, and well, I mean, think about it. You see in the comics these characters like Wolverine and Spider-Man, and them, teaming up. If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't
You're
several
wrong.
members of the X-Men, shut up. Weren't several members of the X-Men like a large part of the Avengers team?
Yeah.
Yes,
Right. And
you have. Yeah, you have plenty of them.
right, and I believe,
I'm looking at my.
right, and I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Wolverine was one of them. You know, if like I said, if memory serves, so far back. So
I think he was part of the new Avengers.
He's older.
So keep going.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna have the research team look it up.
yeah, but I mean, depending on the story you go with, he doesn't really age. So
Right. Not. I mean, just-
older, yeah, him being older doesn't really mean much of anything.
No,
'cause-
not at all.
Yeah.
Except for in Logan.
Oh yeah. That
Old, sickly.
yeah, but we don't talk about that.
I
don't anyway.
Let's dive into that real quick. What makes you think, other his explanation of the adamantium making him sick, what do you think was making him lose his powers? Because I have a theory.
Him not wanting to live anymore, because I guess the
the
mental
will
aspect.
to live.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
difficult
like-
to explain because regardless, I think of will to live, like those healing powers would keep going, like no matter what.
Right.
It's like in
Yeah.
Spider-Man, even though his powers are different, obviously he's not a mutant. Well, I guess he's not a mutant, but he like the second one of no, the second one or the third one, the original trilogy of Spider-Man,
Mhm.
when he starts losing his powers, is because he starts doubting
He's
himself.
depressed.
And, yeah, his whole
Yeah.
mental state
Oh yeah.
affects the ability of his powers, and that's probably why. I mean, he's
Yeah,
just
that was the
depressed.
second one definitely, and
The
yeah,
existential crisis.
a lot of self
Everybody
doubt.
that he knows, everybody dies, and he's just alone. And even though he's always been alone, I think he's just depressed. That's it.
Yeah, but then again,
Yeah.
Xavier is like old. Xavier, I feel like Xavier to Logan is like a father figure to some extent. Because daddy issues as
Even though
well.
Logan is older.
Yeah, but still, like, Xavier has the wisdom that, because Logan's more like he acts more. He's more rage driven and anger driven than he is
Instinctive.
I know. Except for the killing of children. He has his head in the right place when it comes to them. But
Except for the comic book, sometimes he loses his head.
does he? Oh,
Like literally.
I know, that's why.
I would think that was probably the only way you could kill him.
Yeah, I think that the only way you can kill him is making sure that there's no, like, you have to destroy him to the atomic level.
Can you rip off his head if his skeleton is made of adamantium?
Yeah, I wouldn't think
Well-
so. You would need something to
Well,
be able to sever his head and that skeleton.
Yeah.
Well, in the movie that we all want to forget, Wolverine X-Men Origins.
I like that movie, okay?
No, so do I. It's just that's for the fans. That's for the fans.
God damn.
No, but when they make Deadpool.
Focus.
No, it was more of a shame of the Deadpool that we saw.
Oh yeah.
Because his nickname's the Merc with the Mouth, but let's cover his mouth. Whatever. The point is, when they make him into Deadpool, I assume that because he was part of the same experiment and they gave him the healing powers, and then he has the swords in his hands, they gave him an adamantium skeleton too, because they had to fuse the adamantium with him, and
Yeah.
and Wolverine was able to sever his head.
I don't remember his head getting severed. I don't remember how it happened, but I remember him falling, and then because he had the eyes from Cyclops, he cut himself in half.
No,
like
no,
his head
no,
fell
His-
off and then
his head-
spin.
yeah.
It was turning.
Oh,
It was spinning.
gotcha.
Yeah.
He never cut himself in half That was the stormtrooper in episode 3 or part 3. God damn it already. That was the stormtrooper in part 3 on Kenobi, but the head, when he cuts it off, it starts spinning because
I remember something spinning.
he cuts his head, and Deadpool fall on his knees, and then Wolverine pushes him off, and when he pushes him off, his head starts spinning with the eyes.
Got
and,
it.
and destroys that pipe.
So does that mean that in a
So-
fight, Cyclops between Cyclops and Wolverine, Cyclops is winning if they're not holding back?
Not necessarily, because I don't think Cyclops' eye beams are gonna be able to. Okay,
No, here's why. Go for it.
I wanted to say that I don't think Cyclops' eye beams, even if he wasn't holding back, could heat the metal to the point where it would melt, to where he could dismember somebody like something like somebody like Wolverine.
Mhm.
But I also think that. I mean, come on, this is Marvel. I think it's definitely possible at the same time. So I guess it depends on how they write it.
Okay. Now, second
So-
theory: can you put him in the sun, on the sun, have him melt from the inside?
That could be a possibility. I think that, well, to Justin's point, in going back to X-Men Origins, Deadpool shoots the beams out of his eyes, and Wolverine blocks it and heats him up.
Oh. Okay.
You see the
And then
claws start to turn
right.
red.
However, I think that's how he was able to cut through his head, because
Yeah.
they were hot
Yeah.
at that point, and they made it a point to point that out, that they're hot, and that's why you're cutting through.
Gotcha. Okay. Which is
Because if they didn't, they wouldn't had still be glowing by the time that he cut him.
Yeah. Kind of gives me the Transformers sword that Optimus Primes uses, that's like gets heated up so he can cut through metal, like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you go to the movie The Wolverine, the Japanese guy that's trying to get his powers, he builds his adamantium, what is it, a
Suit.
armor,
Yeah.
and he heats up also the adamantium, and is able to cut through his claws.
Yeah. I forgot about that movie altogether. Sorry.
I haven't even seen it.
That's the only movie that they
It's
actually introduced the freaking suit that he never
I know.
wears.
And it was on a deleted scene.
I know.
That was stupid. Fun fact, on the Wolverine movie, the son of the guy that's trying to get his powers plays the same character as in Avengers Endgame, when they go get Hawkeye, and he's killing the Japanese, and he kills them with his sword at the end of the fight.
Oh
That's
shit!
the same character,
Oh, that's cool as hell.
played by the same actor.
That's crazy. Oh shit!
I watched this too much.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. I don't know how to have so much time to do this.
A little bit.
I wish I had more time.
I don't know how I have time to have a full-time job, be a full-time parent, full-time husband, have a streaming channel, a podcast, and be able to edit all this. It's fun.
Do you
It's
even
fun.
sleep?
The question is, do you feel accomplished with everything that you're doing?
Every single thing, except for my job.
do you guys hear a piece of paper?
Your fan? No, we don't hear your fan.
No, it's a piece of paper.
Well, I was hearing a piece of paper or a wrapper rattling around. So sounded like somebody was opening the.
Oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I tuned it out.
Oh, I was not paying
Same.
attention. Sorry. My ADD is getting the best of me.
Yeah.
Listen, Yadi, We were watching a YouTube video on like tech under $50, and they had a fan that was really quiet, and we were about to send it to you, not because we can hear it, but every single time that we're on a call or a chat, you're like, can you hear my fan?
It's because I actually care what people hear from my mic because it's annoying to me from other people. Like when I play and I hear
I know,
somebody's
I
fan,
don't.
I didn't hear that. When I
Just
play and
kidding.
I hear somebody's fan,
Stop it. Can you hear this? Can you imagine hearing this? Oh, look at what I'm doing.
Yes,
It sounds
does.
weird.
I love it.
I didn't hear what you said.
I love it.
No, earlier.
Oh, that sound. If you like that sound that I just made.
I didn't hear it, but it's fine.
Oh, you didn't hear the whole thing?
No, it was kind of cutting. Every time you guys use the your moist VODs, moist VODs,
Moist VODs.
Your voice mod.
Please not on the
your voice
podcast.
mods,
Your
Oh,
voice mod.
oh
your
my
voice
God.
mods.
There's a candidate for episode title.
It sounds weird.
Marvel's Moist VODs.
Moist.
Moist.
Question mark at the end.
Yes.
I'm typing it. Give me a minute.
There you go.
Moist bod.
Moist as in
Yes.
moist.
Yeah. I bet Sarah's cringing behind you.
I have no doubt.
She's in the room.
Uh,
Marvel Moist VODs. Can you guys see the title on the top right?
Nope.
No?
In the
Okay.
chat?
Goddamn. Yeah, right above where it says recording overview. It's probably just me because I'm
Maybe.
the host.
Yeah.
you that hoe?
Oh.
I'm the host.
You that host?
Damn, this got off
That
the
host
rails
over
real
there.
quick.
That's good. That's what we want.
That is exactly what we need.
Mhm.
So every time I use the
So-
moist bod,
Yes.
I can't hear it.
I'm actually using it
The
right now.
voice mods, I can't hear.
That's the thing. I'm actually using it right now.
Oops.
No, when you use a voice, a different voice.
Again,
If I use
It
this,
cuts
you
off.
can't hear me. It is cutting off right now.
How can I hear you now? That just makes me feel bad. Or
Maybe
look
this
bad.
one. This one
I don't
is
feel
not.
bad. I don't feel bad.
You can hear this
There.
one.
Yeah, it cuts off. I can't hear it.
I can hear that loud and clear, and it is weird, and I fucking love it.
All I can see is
Stroking his mic cord.
stroking the air because you can't really see it.
Yeah.
Moving my finger in the air.
Oh wait. Oh no. Yeah. That's the cable that links your pop filter.
Yeah.
That explains why it's making that sound.
Yeah. Yep.
Record that.
Guys
No,
can't hear
seriously, record that as
You guys
part of
can't
your
hear me.
soundboard because that's amazing.
I gotta figure out how to do that.
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, going back to Marvel.
Okay. Yeah. I suppose we do have to rein it in just a tiny bit.
Just a little.
All right, so today's episode is going to be a little bit different, like we said. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we might be doing some trivia. So, Yadi, you're ready. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're coming back from break, and just what the fuck? We're just coming back, and we're gonna have some trivia from Yadi. Moist Rock.
We are never going back to normal again.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if you remember this. Thor was playing what game on Avengers Endgame?
Fortnite.
Ooh. Who founded Sword? Ooh.
Damn it.
Got you with
Yeah,
that.
I should know this one as well,
Sword
but-
is SWORD. the foundation, the organization.
RD, like Robert Downey.
Is WORD.
Oh, I heard RD. I'm like,
Fuck. I feel like I should know this as well, but
what's an
Um,
Avenger? You have it right in front of you.
No, I mean it's not an Avenger, but it is in a universe who recently died.
Is it Mr. Fantastic?
No,
He recently died. Xavier.
you ran out of guesses.
Ah, damn.
You want me to tell you guys?
Paula, Lola, can you use my guess? Agent Carter.
I'm glad I wasn't speaking because my mic was mute. Sure, Agent Carter.
No.
You got one more.
I
Use it
do.
wisely.
He recently died. I'm assuming it's Multiverse of Madness. A lot of people died during that movie. An Avenger, but not an Avenger. Fuck. Loki?
He's
No.
not. What? That's your guess?
That's my guess. He recently
It's not-
died in the past 3 years.
But he wasn't an Avenger.
But he said an Avenger, but not an Avenger. He was good
Well,
for like 5 minutes.
okay.
Just go home.
Fucking
Justin,
rude.
you
you
want another
go.
try?
um,
I'm disappointed.
That's fine. I tried my mightiest. Wink.
Thor.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Xavier.
Go for it.
No.
I said that.
Justin.
Did you?
Yeah.
Hey.
You said like 500 names, so I don't blame you. All right.
Yeah, just go
Ready?
ahead and say it.
Yeah.
Maria Rambo. Rambo.
Ah,
Yeah. Rambo.
fuck.
Rambo.
I didn't realize she was Captain Marvel until I watched videos like, oh, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew, but then I didn't, and then I realized that later, way after, like a month after.
I hate you.
That's a hard one. I mean,
No, not you.
But this is also from WandaVision, so I don't blame Justin. You haven't seen it, right?
I have not, so I need to.
Yeah.
I need to play a bit of catch up here. So, yeah.
Also, with WandaVision, did you see WandaVision, Luis?
Mm-hmm.
With
Yes.
So, and you, Lola, too.
Yeah.
So, like, what happened with that vision that they created?
He
I
died.
thought it was
They're gonna
be.
bring it back in Secret Wars.
I thought he
Are
was gonna
they?
bring the one that's gonna put Wanda in his place in this last movie. I was gonna be like, oh shit, no, but no.
Right. I thought that too, but
Oh.
also, Maria Rambo. It is not who we saw in
Marvel.
Doctor
Multiverse
Strange.
of.
Yeah, that was her mother.
Right. That's Maria Rambo, like the partner of.
Right, but the one in WandaVision is what's her face?
I don't know.
It's her daughter. It's the little girl in
No, she's
Captain
not the one
Marvel.
that founded Sword. Her mother is the
Her
one that
mother found
founded
it, yeah.
Sword.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
During the blip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you
No, it wasn't
mentioned
during the blip.
yeah,
It was after Captain Marvel left for other not universes, planets.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we got there, but anyways.
You started this.
This is your fault.
There's a lot of questions here that I like to ask, but they're pretty easy. Do you know the
And
name
ask.
of Thor's hammer?
Mjolnir.
Meow meow.
Mjolnir?
I can spell it. I can't
Yeah.
say it.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And the axe is Stormbreaker.
That's what
Have y'all seen the new
Casey
trailer
calls
for
it.
Love and Thunder?
Yeah.
How long ago did it come out? I haven't seen it
today.
yet.
Oh, the new not today.
Yeah, it came out today, and it was the IMAX
Ooh.
trailer. So it's a
Oh.
wider shot of a lot of things that they already shown, plus other things. There's a scene in the trailer where I guess they don't show this part, but he's calling for Mjolnir, and I guess he saw it flying around. He's calling it like a dog.
Oh,
He's like Mjolnir, Mjolnir, Mjolnir. He's walking around this battle, and he's just walking around and calling it, and it's reaching to him. He's like getting excited, and when it almost touches his hand, it goes away, and what's her face catches it,
Jane
the new
Foster.
Thor.
and that's when he sees her, Jane Foster. That's the first time that
Yeah, that was in the trailer I
he
saw
sees
a
her.
few weeks
Yeah.
ago.
I saw a
Right,
theory
but it's more of a wider um shot
shot,
that you
yeah.
see more things around.
I saw a theory that she has cancer and that's why she's in Lady Thor and that she may be in Lady Thor form for the entirety of the movie.
That's
Because if she comes
the
off, she dies.
that's in
She
in
gets
the
the full cancer, yeah.
comics.
Yeah.
It's in the comic books. That's what she got it.
Do you all see Eternals?
Yes.
I
Eternals?
Oh,
No.
never mind.
Well, you know something about the Eternals, right? Some stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna ask it. Like Salma Hayek's character, Ajak,
Mhm.
is it a male or female in the comics?
it's a binary.
No. I mean, in the past they just
That
said
no
male and
wasn't
female.
Spanish, bro. No.
No.
No, it was a male. Let's go with male.
Who else?
Lady.
There's only two answers to this, so
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
that's
gonna
what I'm
be
saying,
one chance
lady.
to each. All right, 1-1. What about you, Justin?
Okay, let's go with female.
Alrighty, he was
Of course.
male. He was a male in the comics.
I figured.
I don't know why I thought it was
Ajax.
interesting. Who also dies, and I don't know why. They just killed too
Let's
many
see.
people in that movie.
Yeah.
Even though they were supposed to just bring balance.
The
You were
Force.
the chosen
I mean,
one.
Also, the ending of that movie when they bring Thanos' brother.
Oh, Harry
So there,
Styles.
there, there is a theory that Thanos and his brother, because they're obviously not related. Um, Maybe they are, but probably not.
Not full
They,
brothers.
yeah. So I think they're like in Eternals, like they all are a family, and they're all kind of, not all of them, but some of them see each other as brother and sister. There's a theory that they were the Eternals of that planet, and Thanos saw the bigger picture of things, and they did the same thing. How they um, basically rebel against the celestial of that planet,
Yeah.
and I thought it was pretty interesting, and it would make sense of a few things. How he's so powerful.
Yeah.
right.
Well, isn't he related to a celestial or something of the sort? I think I read something about that, about Thanos being related to a celestial.
Well, his parents are, one's a deviant and the other one's an eternal, and his deviant gene is why he's purple, and the other one is human form.
Gosh, I know that the character for I can't recall his name in the movie, but I did see that a breakdown of what his character is in the comics, and apparently he gets in trouble a lot because he's a womanizer and kind of like Sue's. He had sex with too many women and got in trouble for it constantly, including jail time, but like celestial jail time. So
That was Tony Stark.
that too. He didn't get celestial jail time.
I
He
got a
just got
question.
sent to heaven.
Oh, damn. Too soon.
It's been 3 years.
Still. I got a trivia question. Let's make it easy. Uh, who is Tony Stark's father?
Howard.
Papa Stark.
Daddy Stark.
Howard
Daddy Stark.
Daddy Stark.
And based on Howard's persona, you know damn well that the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Daddy Stark Jr.
So one more. Captain America's shield and Bucky's arm are made of what?
God damn it.
Oh my
I
God.
know this one.
Yeah, it was so many in the movies, and
I
No,
think Justin knows.
I'm letting somebody else get this one because I got the last one.
Black Panther.
Yeah, what's the name?
I want to say adamantium. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, same thing. That's not the name I'm looking for. Hold on.
Same metal.
Kind of washdown, right?
No, it's the same metal. It's just called differently into different
Oh, Theo explained something else to me. then.
cultures.
It's not adamantium. It is vibranium.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the word I was looking for.
More.
Okay.
See, it's not that
This
easy.
is going back to this is going back to Iron Man 2. Pepper Potts is allergic to what?
Ooh, I know that one.
Peppers.
Bingo.
God damn it.
There's only one thing in this world that I'm allergic to.
And you chose to give it to me.
Yeah. Get out.
Nick Fury has an eye patch over which eye?
Left.
Does he? How does he look at all these? He turns. That's exhausting.
Scott, this is a two-parter. Scott Lang was trapped in the quantum realm for how long?
Anybody?
Oh, you want to give it a try?
Well, it depends. Well, from
I know the answer.
I was gonna say from whose perspective?
Yeah, I'd read it.
No, that's why it's a two-parter. How long was he actually trapped in there for?
Technically, yeah, 5 years.
Because that's
The bleep.
the long the bleep was.
Yeah.
But on his perspective, how long did he feel like it was?
5 minutes.
Wasn't it like a day or something?
No, I thought it was 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a year in the quantum realm feels like an hour.
Some hyperbolic time chamber shit.
Yeah.
That part.
I got one.
Go for it.
Who commented on Loki being a puny god?
Yep.
Hulk, puny god.
That's always so funny.
You haven't seen WandaVision, so I'm gonna skip this one. Who said, "What is grief? It's not love persevering."
Oh, that I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Because you're reading it.
No, I'm not in the same one, bro. I just remember. Can I guess then?
You say it. Yes.
Vision.
Guess. Yes.
Yeah. Always with the wisdom, that guy.
All right, guys, we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have our Mount Rushmore of favorite Marvel movies. Stick around. All right, guys, we are back from the break. And before the break, we talked about the Mount Rushmore of favorite Marvel movies. It doesn't have to stick to the MCU. Or nuts. I don't know. That's not going to be in the cut. Oh, man. All right, let's go like old school, how we used to do. Let's go each person. Justin.
Okay. I honestly think most of my Mount Rushmore is gonna be within the MCU because I mean they've done, in my opinion, the best job in creating their movies. So, let's see. Let's go with I'd say one of them would be the movie that started the whole thing, and that would be the original Iron Man. Uh, Basically, yeah, the movie that started the entire MCU. Yes,
Very
and
good
an
movie.
amazing movie. I was surprised that they were able to pull something like that off. It was really cool to see, something like Iron Man, pulled from the comics and right there on the big screen. Yeah. What how cool would that be to see something like that in real life? But then, the movie is as close as we're gonna get. Um, and then
Right.
so let's go into the first Avengers movie again. So we're two yeah, no, and seriously, two of the movies from, phase one going in. Yeah, it was a culmination of the stories leading up to it and the start of something like really like the start of something incredible,
Hmm.
and
Right.
just seeing all these characters uh on screen together for the first time, and you know how many people knew what this was going to build into, going into like that, how we see the first 10 years. Um, and let's see, number three, I would say Spider-Man 2, the second one of the Sam Raimi trilogy. It
Yeah.
was a really it was
Yes.
a really good story. They honestly, in my opinion, chose a really good villain for that second story, and honestly a really good actor to play said villain. And then, like we were talking about earlier when we were talking about that, the whole existential crisis and that Peter had to deal with, and causing the loss of his powers, and then him being able to get back, and then seeing Alfred Molina, bring Doc Ock to life was absolutely cool. And then, of course, being able to see him again in No Way Home was even better. Yes.
Was mind blowing.
And so
Yeah.
that honestly leads me into uh for my fourth one, Spider-Man No Way Home. Absolutely like mind blowing being able to,
Definitely.
the first foray uh into the multiverse, being able to see all of these villains from the previous movies, and the three Spider-Men. It was absolutely cool. And being able to see the IRL version of the old Spider-Man meme. That was cool too. Um,
That was awesome.
yes.
That was awesome.
And
Yeah.
there was a lot of really good action. There was a lot of, some amazing storytelling. So it wasn't just the fan service. That was a big part of it as well. But I think the biggest part of it for me was the storytelling, and the consequences of thinking basically about Peter thinking about himself and what his exposure as Spider-Man to the general public was doing to him, rather than the larger consequences of asking for what he did of Doctor Strange. um and then
Right.
having to deal with the consequences of that, having to correct that, and then having that, I guess, eureka moment, uh if you want to call it that, of making the decision to, rather than just sending these guys back to their own worlds and sending them back to their deaths potentially, pretty much, because we all know how those movies and those characters turned out. um he decides to,
Dead.
pretty
Dead.
much, and he decides to give them a hand, give them a fighting chance. um and so, yeah, so I think that pretty much does it for me. I mean, I could go on and on and on about honorable mentions and stuff like that, because I mean, there's so many good movies. So
Right.
we will.
Right. I think I think a cool um detail that a lot of people miss was in the first time we see Doc Ock on No Way Home. his hair is wet because he got pulled from right where he was in the lake. That's why in the
Oh.
rest of the movie his hair looks different than from the first time we see him, but it's because his hair is actually wet from being in the lake. hmm Lola, what do you think? What's your top four?
I have two popular opinions and two unpopular opinions. For the first one, yeah, definitely, like Justin said,
Don't get in hot waters now.
I'm not. Well, everybody has an opinion. But like Justin said, Iron Man, the first one, definitely. Avengers, the first one, again, definitely. And for the third one, I really like the Amazing Spider-Man, the second one. Their Goblin wasn't the greatest, but I did like Electro, and I did like that whole dynamic between Gwen Stacy and uh, Peter. I love their playfulness. I also love the way that he acts in the suit, where he doesn't need the goggles to be expressive. He just, the way his body moves and the way he reacts to things is expressive enough. And for the last one, Black Widow. I liked Black Widow. I liked knowing what the Red Room was, where they came from, how they're gotten, and how they get to be assassins. And more so, I like the fact that they explain, at least in the movies, that they're not choosing to be assassins. They're mind controlled into being assassins and not being able to
Right.
disobey orders and not being able to have free will, essentially. And I think that that's something that Black Widow fought incredibly hard for. As said by Hawkeye, like, I just made a different decision. I gave you another chance. I gave you your free will, and when given free will, you chose to do the right thing. So
Right.
I really like that movie. I think it was well made, and I think that they put a lot of good things in it.
Yeah, it was very Black Widow. I mean, granted, I've only seen it once, but it was a. I thought it was a good movie. It didn't feel like a MCU movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it. No, but I think that I'm with you. I think Black Widow was a good movie. I wouldn't put her on put it on my top four, but I'm with
Well,
you.
another thing that at least Natasha shows is how good she was trained. And we see that. Have you all watched it?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah. That whole scene where she's interrogating, I forget his name, but essentially the boss of the Red Room and all the assassins, and he doesn't know he's being interrogated, or not just interrogated, but like she's trying to get him aggressive to break her nose, and she's like, you know what, you're hit like a girl, essentially. I'm gonna have to do this myself, and then just proceeds to slam her head on the desk. I love that scene.
Right, that's a good scene.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yadi, what do you think?
My top movies. The first one that started it all for me was Blade. From them, I they're all good, but I like the Trinity. Blade Trinity is one I like the most. I have them all.
Well, that's
And
an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
Blade Trinity,
A little bit.
Yeah,
I liked it because Triple H was in it.
and
But
Ryan
the
Reynolds.
the the one that yeah, that's the first time I actually saw him too. So and it has better graphics, better cinematography, whatever. It's a better looking movie than the first one for sure. I'm actually
Right,
rewatching the first one these days basically. Um, the next one I like Black Panther. Um, Black
Hmm.
Panther to me is one of the best ones they've done too, and the story and the story behind everything
right.
and how they hide everything. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see which one next. I want to say No Way Home. Obviously, I mean, this is there's nothing that you would not like about that movie. So definitely there. And Captain America Civil War. But it's between that one and Endgame.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
That's a tie
Right.
there. Sorry, I did five. But Captain America Civil War, it's it's a good one
Most
too.
definitely.
I think those are the ones that I kind of go back and rewatch.
Yeah, let's start with Endgame. It's one of those movies that I I put in the background when I'm doing stuff because it's 3 hours, so I know it's not gonna end before I'm done.
I
Um,
typically started when Captain America grabs the hammer.
it's funny because every time I watch it, I send Paula a video or Lola a video of when he says "Avengers,
Avengers assemble.
assemble."
The funny thing is,
It,
anytime I'm having a bad day, that scene just resets it immediately. I don't know why. It's the finally getting to see that one, or getting to hear those two phrases, that one phrase, those two words, after 10 years of watching Marvel movies.
Yes.
yeah, because after Civil War, he almost says it at the end, and they cut
Yeah,
off
he's like Avengers, and then like he looks straight at the camera too.
credits
So he does technically say it in that movie. They just
for sure.
they cut it off so you don't get
They
the whole
cut
thing.
off. They cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. So Endgame is one. Um, and I think it's because we get to see
All of
what
them.
we've been watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
It 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 gave us what we've been waiting for, and it's to me it's a bigger scale of Civil War because in the comic book Civil War has obviously a lot more
Mm-hmm.
of characters fighting, um, and it kind of after seeing Civil War and seeing that they didn't put a lot of characters in there, it made me feel like Endgame was gonna be short the same way, and we're like, okay, we're not gonna see all these characters that we've been seeing blown out of the water.
Yeah.
It's so seeing that it was awesome. Um, No Way Home. I'm with you. I think we all. Do you have do you have it on your top three? Because I know that Yadi and Justin did, but Lola, did you put it on your top
I did
four?
not. I did choose a Spider-Man, but it was the
Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man. But I want to add under Shang-Chi was an excellent movie,
Yeah,
and
that
it's
was my
right
other
Yes.
up
pick.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna. I'm putting that one on my list because it it hit me in the feels when he does the his Kamehameha.
Yeah.
So, but Shang Chi was a really good movie, and Shang Chi, I love Shang Chi because the fighting style,
Hmm.
his fighting style is it's an homage to Jackie Chan, and when they were filming, they it was on purpose, because they were giving the proper respect to the big martial artist as Jackie Chan is. So they gave him that, and I thought it was awesome because it made me feel like I was watching a Jackie Chan movie, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorite actors, so um, I feel like I've seen every single movie that he made until he got older. Because the later ones I haven't seen all of them, but his early films I did. And then last one, damn, this one's hard. It's like you guys said, there's so many good movies,
There
but
really is.
I yeah, I think that one movie that I can put on any time is Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
can
a good
keep
one
going back
too.
to that because I'm a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that one gave me a big Guardians of the Galaxy feel.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one that it's on my tops too. The first one.
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 1,
Volume 1.
Volume 1.
Volume 1, Part 1,
And-
Episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wonder we're confused.
Callbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence why I wanted to call the last episode Volume 1 and Volume 2, because it was an homage to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
No, yeah.
Even though it had nothing to do with Guardians
Oh,
of the
yeah. No.
Galaxy.
But I can
whatever.
agree with you on your last one. Thor Ragnarok is definitely the best of the three that we've gotten so far. And honestly, I don't give the first two nearly as much hate as a lot of other people that have seen those movies give, because honestly, they're good movies. I
Yeah.
think they get
Right.
a little bit more disdain than they're actually due. You know,
I think the second one does more than the first one.
yeah.
Dark World. I think that, but also Thor would be the first Avenger to get his fourth movie.
Oh, that's true.
Because right now he was tied with Iron Man and Captain America. And we're not gonna get any more Iron Mans or Captain
'Cause they're
Americas.
dead.
So
They're dead. Everybody's
Yeah.
dead.
One's
hear
dead,
what you
one's just
said. You're
old.
Man, you're deaf. They're dead. So that's why they're not getting another
You're
movie.
deaf, they're dead.
One's dead,
They're
one's
dead.
old.
Well, near death,
Hey.
anyways.
Yeah.
He's closer to death
He
than,
can't-
than most
can't
of them.
even carry the shield.
Yeah, too heavy.
It'd be awesome if they're having a conversation with old man Rogers, and he says, "Well, what did I do when I was younger? When I did my second time, I went back to war and I ran into Logan.
Ooh,
And
back in
he
my
was
day.
a soldier. He was a soldier in World War II with me."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, have you
Or he
guys
says,
seen?
"There was a Canadian soldier."
Have you seen the picture going around with actually showing the first time when there were the three of them together, Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, and then the last time they fought together, and then Thor by himself, and the last image that hits.
I haven't
Jeez.
seen it. I don't want. I haven't seen it. I don't want to. I don't want to see it. Did you see it on Facebook? Send it to us.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Link it in the comments.
Look it up right now.
I just said I didn't want to see it, but send it. All right, I think that was it for our Mount Rushmore. All right, guys, that was it for tonight. So make sure you check us out on our Discord, and make sure you follow us on all of our social medias, also down in the description down below.
Like, share, subscribe.
Don't forget to give us a 5-star review. It helps with the algorithm. So thank you, guys. Make sure you do. All right, guys, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. This was Lewis, Yad, Justin, and Lola. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye.